Welcome to this explainer. We're going to jump right in today because I am absolutely thrilled to walk you through a high-level, strategic approach to completely transforming your workspace. We're pulling insights directly from the industry leaders over at East Coast Mural Pros, and we've condensed their expertise into a true consultant's masterclass. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly how the experts elevate a physical corporate environment.
So let's kick things off by challenging how you actually view your own office walls. Seriously, take a mental walk through your current workspace right now. Are those walls just, structural boundaries holding up the ceiling? Or are they prime real estate for your corporate culture and your brand identity? Most organizations completely overlook this massive blank canvas, and honestly, they're missing out on a huge opportunity to communicate exactly who they are to everyone who walks through the door. Here's a quick look at our agenda for this explainer. Think of this as your insider's guide. We'll be hitting strategic value, tactical deployment, insider technology, investment lifecycle, and design execution. We're moving fast from understanding the strategic why all the way to mastering the execution. All right, starting with Section 1, Strategic Value. Let's uncover exactly why investing in your physical space is just a definitive, authoritative business move. As experts, we always look to the data, right? Well, institutional research proves that physical space directly shapes the employee experience. When heavy hitters like the Gensler Research Institute publish on this, it really validates that interior upgrades are not just about making things look pretty. It's about creating thoughtful, human-centered environments that actively drive workforce engagement and overall well-being.
The thing is, a custom mural isn't just art, it's essentially a multi-tool for your environment. Think about it. It instantly shapes a client's first impression and provides serious brand reinforcement in your reception area. For your team, surrounding them with your core values actively boosts culture and morale. You can even use these graphics for seamless wayfinding across a confusing floor plan. And let's definitely not overlook the modern marketing angle here. You're creating these highly shareable, photo-worthy backdrops that organically extend your brand online. Plus, as we'll see, the installation is incredibly fast and clean. Moving right along to Section 2, Tactical Deployment. True experts know exactly where to deploy these assets, so let's map out the absolute best locations for maximum impact. Now sure, reception areas and lobbies are the obvious targets for those crucial first impressions, and conference rooms are great for reinforcing your values behind a video call. Break rooms, perfect for energizing the team. But here's the real masterclass move, transforming dead transit space. Imagine taking a plain corridor or a stairwell, somewhere people just walk from point A to point B, and turning it into an immersive storytelling journey. Or if you have one of those massive, slightly overwhelming open-plan offices, you can use a single bold feature wall to visually anchor the entire space. Let's pivot to Section 3, Insider Technology. Let's look at the direct-to-wall difference and see how the industry executes these flawless transformations today. Okay, direct-to-wall printing. This is the technical terminology you absolutely need to know to operate like a pro in this space. It is quite literally exactly what it sounds like. It's a modern process that prints designs straight onto the wall surface itself. Because the ink is going directly onto the drywall or the brick or the concrete, it reads as a permanent part of the architecture. There are absolutely no seams, no separate panels, and no peeling edges. It is a massive professional leap over generic wallpaper. And get a load of this number, 600 plus. That represents the DPI, the dots per inch. Basically, we're talking about photorealistic resolution achieved by this technology. When you're projecting a brand at an architectural scale, pixelation is just unacceptable, right? Nobody wants a corporate logo that looks like a pixelated 1990s video game. This tech ensures your corporate assets look incredibly crisp, vibrant, and flawless. So let's put it head to head. When we compare direct-to-wall printing against traditional vinyl, the advantages are just undeniable. Direct-to-wall gives you a scuff-resistant finish, but more importantly, it has zero adhesive edges to fail. I mean, it completely eliminates that old facility manager's nightmare of constantly stripping and replacing peeling, bubbling vinyl graphics that just make an office look kind of sad and dilapidated over time. But honestly, this is the operational highlight right here. 5 hours. Most single-wall murals are installed in under 5 hours. And because of how the direct-to-wall tech works, there are no toxic fumes, no curing period, and literally zero workday downtime. Your space is ready for normal use immediately. You could actually schedule this for a Friday evening, and your team walks into a brand new, energized environment on Monday morning. To make that happen, you need a reliable, repeatable process. This is the seamless 5-step execution playbook the pros use.
First, a thorough site survey to measure and assess the wall. Then, the design and proofing stage, matching exact brand colors and approving a digital mock-up. Step 3 is minimal prep, usually just cleaning the wall. Step 4 is the actual single-pass printing. And finally, a meticulous inspection to verify perfect color, coverage, and edges. All right, moving to Section 4, Investment Life Cycle. True experts evaluate ROI transparently, so let's understand exactly what drives mural costs.
Let's break down the practical variables for your project, which really proves why a simple, flat rate just doesn't work for a professional architectural upgrade. Unsurprisingly, the largest factor is size, the total square footage. Next up is design complexity, because supplying your own print-ready artwork is very different from commissioning a brand new original design. Surface and access matter a lot too, factoring in wall height and prep. And finally, locations. Doing multi-wall or multi-office rollouts strategically lowers your per-wall cost through economies of scale.
But here's the crucial insider point regarding your budget: life cycle value. You really have to evaluate the cost per year, not just that initial upfront price tag. Think about down the road. When your brand inevitably evolves or updates its logo, direct-to-wall murals can simply be painted right over with standard commercial paint and then reprint it. There's no expensive stripping, no weird chemical residue left behind, and no drywall repair. That kind of operational flexibility saves massive long-term costs compared to disposable vinyl. Finally, we've reached Section 5, Design Execution. Let's wrap up our briefing with the golden rules for designing office murals. A true expert doesn't just slap a logo on a wall, they design around real-world parameters. First, always lead with the goal. Is this wall meant for brand identity, culture building, or wayfinding? You must use high-resolution files built for architectural scale and supply exact brand color specs. Crucially, you have to design around the physical architecture itself. You definitely don't want the most important word in your mission statement getting chopped in half by an air vent or a light switch. And lastly, a professional always insists on approving a scaled proof at actual size before the printer ever turns on. So take one more look around your workspace right now. Those blank walls are not just empty boundaries. They are a totally untapped communication channel. By leveraging this strategic approach and direct-to-wall technology, you have the power to fundamentally transform your environment, energize your team, and make a massive statement about exactly who your company is. The only question left is, which blank wall in your office is going to speak for your brand first?